boys and girls.
Happy Sabbath.
Auntie Tammy's missionary friends. That's what they are. That's what you are, isn't it? You're my missionary friends, aren't you?
Happy Sabbath,
Yeah.
missionary friends.
Happy
Sabbath.
Welcome back to another one of Auntie Tammy's Mission Adventures. I'm Auntie Tammy and this is
Layla.
I'm Shayla.
I'm Malachi.
And I'm Nathaniel.
And we've been here with you guys for a very, very, very long time, and we've shared so many stories from Guyana, Argentina, Brazil, Suriname, Romania, and we've been having a really, really great time. And if you have missed any of the videos, what should they do?
Click on the YouTube channel and just press videos just in case, and then you can scroll out and you can watch all the videos.
And make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes, I just want to say that.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Today's story is coming again from Romania. And this was another one that really made my heart sad. Shayla, can you read the verse for us, please?
Okay, the verse is coming from 1 John 3 verse 17. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth.
Wow, that is beautiful. So we're to love in
Peace.
yes,
And actions.
and action and
in truth.
So we don't just say, "Oh, I love you. You're so." But if you see somebody that's hungry, you have food. Yes. And you just go and say, "Oh, I love you. I am your sister. I'm your brother. We're friends." Is that you really showing love?
No.
You're saying it with
if you
your
really
mouth.
love me, can I please have some food?
That's it. You give them the food. Okay. So I think it was a Friday evening, and we were in the car with the principal, and we went to the market. There were a couple of things that they needed to get. And at our school, we have huge greenhouses. Do you know what a greenhouse is?
Yeah,
Yes.
something like plant food thing.
It's basically plastic and you just put over, and it has like humid temperatures and stuff
Yeah.
to like mimic certain climates.
Yes, yes. So it gets very hot in there. And we had cucumbers and tomatoes and everything. And I had some in the back of the car because I was going home. So because we also ate at the school, at the time we did not live on the school campus. We lived not far away. So we would eat on the campus. But if there were leftovers and stuff, everybody would pack them in jars and we would go down. So they had hummus. I love hummus, yeah? So I had a jar about this big with hummus in there. And I had some bread because there was homemade bread and all that stuff. So we went to the market, and I think the principal wanted to get some fruits, yeah? So I was in the car and we were waiting. Sometimes I'd go out, but this time I decided to wait. But while waiting, from the corner of my eye, I saw movement. When I looked over, because it's a supermarket, it's a market, not supermarket, it's an outdoor market, so they have this huge big bins that they would throw spoilt things. But of course, do you think around that bin would be clean or dirty?
Dirty.
Very dirty. But it wasn't just dirty, it was wet with spoiled tomatoes and all those things. So it caused like juice to ooze through on the ground, and it was wet it was dirty. But when I looked, what do you expect to see around that area?
Juice and spoiled stuff. Yes.
Spoiled
Yeah.
stuff.
Smelly
What?
flies.
Flies? Any other creatures?
Mouse.
You'd expect to see some
Rats.
mouse and rats and stuff around there. But this time I did not see anything like that. What I saw was a baby. I saw a toddler anyway, sitting on the ground in that muck, you know how a baby would just be sitting and kicking its legs and enjoying itself. That's what I saw, this little baby, only, I don't know, maybe one, sitting in the juice that's oozing out of the baby was alone, and it was kicking its legs. I just seemed to be so happy. Oh, I was so sad seeing that baby there doing that. So of course my eyes start roaming now to look for the parents. I did see the parents. You know where I saw the parents?
Yeah.
The father was coming out of the market with some coins as if he just went in and begged and that's what he got. And the mother was looking, I don't know, around the bin. And the father then leaned over as if they're looking for food. Oh my. You know, instantly, all I could think is, Tam, what do you have that can get that family away from the bin?
Your hummus and
My hummus that I loved. I love hummus.
and your bread.
And my bread and my tomato and my cucumbers. I took my bread, I took the jar of hummus, and I took the tomato, and I went to them and I gave it to them. And it was kind of like okay. And they were like, thank you. But they weren't sure what's in there. So I said hummus. But they never really heard of hummus. So I can't remember if it's the husband or the wife that decided that, you know, let me try it and I'll tell the rest of the family how it is. So they picked up the baby and they sat down by the step of a building that was there, opened the jar, broke a piece of the bread, dipped it in, and tasted it. And his face lit up. I think it was the husband. Face lit up and he's like, yeah, like, this is good. Like, wow, this is really good, you know, kind of expression. So he broke a piece and he gave it to the wife, broke a piece, you know, and they dipped it in the jar of hummus and they took the tomatoes and they bit into the tomato and they were just saying, thank you, like, thank you so much, thank you so much. And, you know, I just didn't even know what to say because, you know, sometimes, you know, we've experienced it in the mission field where you would give a person who is begging something and they don't seem to appreciate it. I've seen people give bread to others and as soon as the person's gone, they throw it in the bin because what they want is the money, you know, and stuff. But this family was so appreciative, so appreciative. And, you know, just the thought of, you know, this baby here and this family, and the man looked so proud as if he went and he accomplished this money that was maybe, let me see, I don't know, what he came back with was less than a British pound, way less, only about 50p, which is what it was less than 50 pence, which means that it probably was about 50 cents, you know, American, and which is only what, 100 Guyana dollars. Yeah,
100?
which is less than, you know, and I'm saying it because of the people who I know listen, just to give you an idea of what these people went, what the husband went and accomplished to come back to give his family. And he knew this was not enough to feed his wife and get his child out of the muck playing in the juice that's oozing out of that bin. But just being able to put 1 John 3:17 into practice and to not just say, Lord, I'm a missionary and I love people, but to be able to show my love to people by knowing that this is just extra food I'm bringing home. Because tomorrow I can also go back and I get food. Because if I bring extra food home, what I'm saying is, oh, tomorrow I don't need to go to the cafeteria. I'll just eat at home. But there'll be food at the cafeteria. So I have extra. I have a choice. But this family, I don't know what their story is, but I know right at that moment, they did not have a choice. That baby cannot work. That baby does not have a choice. Yeah, so it's my job to show love. It broke the hearts of all of us that were in the car, and everybody now, you know, we wanted to help and we were quite touched, you know, and they were so appreciative. This family, they were so grateful, they were so happy. and they sat down and they ate as much. It was a jar about this big, so it would have been a lot to eat, and the whole bread. They ate as much as they could. They were quite grateful. And it's not like, okay, now I've eaten it, let me continue the bin because this is what I like to do. No, they finished and they left because what they actually wanted was food. Yeah. So I pray, my mission friends, as you pray, as you speak to the Lord, as the Lord speak to your hearts, that you would also put 1 John 3:17 in practice. That you don't just tell your classmates that you love them. You don't only just tell your brothers and sisters I love you, but you show them in the way you speak to them, in the way that you do things for each other, not in taking advantage. Oh, I want you to always get my food. You're also not being loving. But just in doing things for each other, helping each other, and being nice to each other. We're all being missionaries for Jesus, which is what he calls us all to do. So, my mission friends, until next time, thank you so much for being here, and I pray that we will all show love in action as 1 John 3:17. Until next time, me and my mission friends saying, bye.